PC. You can play WWE,
No, don't play that
NBA.
either.
Oh,
That game is trash.
I don't play games like that.
this latest one is a. Ugh.
It's an abomination. The latest one.
Did you hear the bullshit
trash.
excuse that they said?
No, I didn't. I know. What do they say?
All right, so they stated that they removed the what's the name? The creative title system from there because they legit stated that it was causing the game to glitch. But I'm like, this is before the game even reached the market. And so you mean to tell me that the story, like the title was creating all these glitches, but yet now it's even worse with you removing it? Come on, man. No, the reason why they took the creative title system out there is because dudes is creating AEW belts. That's why.
That's ridiculous.
The game is glitching, man, because they took Ukes off the development.
Yeah.
Sebs develop a wrestling game, and they don't fucking make wrestling games. So
yeah,
that's why the game is trash.
The code and all that shit.
Yeah,
I would just cancel the game, or really just move it back. I mean, fuck it, just move it back.
It's too late at this point.
Yeah, we got that contract with WWE, man. You got to release every year.
Yeah, you got to blame Vince for that. Oh, just push it. Just push it. Who cares? They'll buy it.
No, can't blame Vince for that.
Vince like, they'll buy it. Game comes out. It's trending. Fix WWE. Some of them glitches don't have me cringing though. You see how their legs were like folded and shit? Oh my god.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Hold on for a sec, guys.
Yeah, Red Dead 2 had some crazy glitches too, though. They were like spinning in the air. When the game first came out.
That sounds interesting.
You remember that when the game first came out? When they were like floating in the air, start spinning?
What were they doing?
They were like spinning in the air, the NPCs. Like even your character will start spinning in the air.
Really?
Yeah, it's weird. It's
yeah,
a weird glitch.
It was pretty bad.
That is pretty weird.
Like, you know how like you naturally turn around and look at your environments? There was one glitch where dude's character's legs didn't move, but his whole body started twisting around to look at the environment. It was weird. Some weird glitches. But we already know Forte is a fraud. He's buying that Death Stranding. He's gonna be on there day one.
I'm buying Death Stranding. Nope, I'm getting Death Stranding for free, sir. I'm not buying it. I am getting the collector's edition with a baby in the tube, and that's the only reason I care about it.
Oh God. You know you got to hide that from the wife. You know you got to hide that.
Look, man. Look, man. Just another thing to add to the collection.
You was not going to have that on no mantle.
Hey,
Stop.
Nope.
This,
no, he's not. No.
I got the...
He's not going to have that show on no mantle.
Right
your wife going to look at you weird if you have that on the mantle.
Where's my... What's that statue at?
Oh, God. Slow-mo.
Yo,
yeah, I got the Cyberpunk.
Man, you know what sucks? I'm trying to get this.
I got my Cyberpunk statue right here, the one with him on the bike.
Oh, you got that still? What about the one with the it wasn't a collectible. I knew it was a collectible, but it was like the chick with the spider like legs.
Nope, that was the one they gave out last year.
Yeah, you didn't get that? Damn.
No, I didn't get that one. I got the motorcycle one this year.
Nice.
Haven't even taken it out the box yet.
Oh, damn. So it's preserved, I guess.
Oh, well, that one, I still got the Geralt one, with him fighting the
Griffin.
The Griffin. I got that one from the collector's edition from Witcher 3.
So you got Borderlands, right? That's the one you were geeking out about last time.
Yeah, I got the Vote.
Yeah.
Super Vote Hunter edition.
What's up?
I actually bought that. I actually paid for that, so. But yeah,
man, the icons aren't popping up. I freaking Hangouts.
The icons? I see them on the thing.
Yeah, no, but they're not like, they usually change like in the overlay, and they're not.
They're changing now. Yours moving.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're moving.
Yeah, but I don't.
You know we're live, right?
Yeah, I know we're live, but I don't see you guys popping up.
Okay.
Well, if you don't see them popping up, you see where the little eye icon where you have the icons that pop up.
Yeah.
Click the eye to unshow it or to unshow it, and then click it to show it.
And we are live.
Hold on, what do you click the who, the where?
Okay, so you see in your OBS settings?
Yes.
Okay, do you where do you have your overlay for the thing?
Oh, I see the eye here. Yeah, what about the eye? Click it off.
Yeah, click it to turn it off, and then click it to turn it back on. That will reset it to come back up if
I
it's
just
not
did
working.
it. Yeah,
I want to animate it,
but it's still showing. It's still showing like only Brap.
Yeah, give it a second. Let everybody talk. I should fix
I
it.
want to animate icon. How much did that one cost, Brad?
Oh man, I don't know. You gotta ask my man J Dub, man. Not J Dub. Graphic God.
Hey, Graphics guy, you did that one?
Yeah, he did that one. Yeah, he did it. Yeah, so we've been live for a little bit. I'm just fucking around. Anyways, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to another Wednesday night prep. I'm excited because my man Slow Mo helped me out today. While Eric was throwing smoke at me and talking about PC Master Race and ha 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 ha. Yeah, well ha ha ha, I got it working.
PC sucks.
That man is a fraud. He don't game on PC. He only plays Witcher on the Switch. So he does.
Forte, why are you so negative, man? PC sucks,
about
man.
PC.
Yeah,
hey, you got a
1080 Ti, man.
Because my PC has given me the flux for the last 2 weeks when it comes to like not.
Because you ain't clean it.
Podcast. I figured out.
Hold up, wait a minute. Your PC. Wait, weren't you just a few months ago telling everyone about it's plug
and I also said that PC
so
had no.
Everyone
Don't put words in my mouth, Slow-Mo. We ain't gonna start this right now.
No reason to buy a console.
No. I also said that PCs have their issues, and I've never had.
Do I need to call you were acting like
wait. Why did you call Luke in here to bring back some memories?
Look, man, I ain't got time to argue with you today, Slow-Mo. Just know that my PC is working perfectly fine now because I had to reset the network adapter, and that's why I was having so many issues.
Damn, your network adapter was going on?
Dog, I had to get on the phone with Asus technical support,
man,
and was telling them that
that's not good, Slow-Mo. Or Forte.
Slow-Mo.
I always get you guys.
What are you rocking? What are you rocking in your rig? What's so you're saying that your network wasn't working?
My network. Oh yeah. So I have the I have a Asus, the Republic of Gaming. I have the
one with the antennas in the back. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not using wireless though. I was using.
Okay. When we do that, turn airplane mode on your PC. Turn that on. I had an issue similar to that on my because I'm rocking the ASRock Z370 Tai Chi.
Okay.
So it was having issues connecting to the internet with mine, but I was plugged in and it was having issues like it would cut out for some reason. Yeah, I don't know if it's the board trying to like connect the shit and it's trying to multitask.
Well, I think that's what it was trying to do because I'm running the ROG Maximus X code, and it's like for literally the last 3 weeks, my streams would buffer. Whenever I be in a podcast, it would just randomly cut out.
Oh wow.
It didn't make me notice it when I was trying to play Destiny on PC. Every time I would go into a game, within 3 minutes, I would get a network error. I'm like, I've never got this many network errors in my life. Yeah. And then I just went in, I started researching stuff, and then I called Asus, and they was like, I said, I reset my computer, I reset everything that I can. He said, well, did you reset your network adapter? And I was like, huh. And as soon as I reset my network adapter, everything has been fine.
Yeah. Also, you upgrade your BIOS. You upgrade your BIOS?
No, I did that too. As soon as I reset that, I updated the BIOS and everything. If I have any issues going forward, I will be at Micro Center because this does have a 3-year warranty on it, and I will get another one.
We got a pre-built?
No. Oh yeah, no. I have I piece mine together, baby.
So you're just gonna send the board back? Then?
No, I'm just gonna go to Micro Center, take my board out of my computer, go to Micro Center, and get another one.
Yeah, I'm saying you're gonna replace the board, yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. I got warranties on everything in my computer.
I'm saying that board.
I got warranties on the board, the processor, the graphics card, and with Micro Center's return policy, it doesn't matter. As long as you bring it back, if it doesn't work, they just give you a credit for how much you paid for it, and you just put it towards something else.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I upgrade. That's how I upgrade my PC every other year. Even if my stuff's not bad.
You upgrade that power supply to that 2080?
Well, I just upgraded the power supply like last year.
Oh, okay. So you got 1,000 watt?
Forte, I'm gonna have to cut you off, man.
I have 1,200 watts.
Yeah, I got to cut you off,
shit.
Forte.
Why you just cut me off then? Well, you ain't gotta tell me you want to cut me off.
Yeah, I gotta cut you off, man, because we got to get into some topics tonight, and we got to introduce.
Okay, then talk. It's your show.
That's why I'm saying I got to cut you off. You know, I could have just
Don't
muted
say you're
you.
gonna cut
I
me
could have
off.
been
Just do
rude.
it. Say shut up, Gaming Forte.
Oh my god, Forte, I'm about to put you on mute, man. Put you in
It
timeout.
was better when his network adapter was crapping out and we couldn't
Okay,
hear
well I
him.
can
Oh,
I can
God.
leave and come back next week. It's
Disrespect.
up to you.
Yeah. All right, guys. Hey, well,
I'm just joke, man.
yeah. All right. So we have BitCloud Gaming back. What's going on, man? Welcome back to Brap. Good to see you, bro.
Yeah, definitely. Good to see all of you. What's up? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, definitely, man. We're gonna talk a little bit about Mr. Hideo Kojima and Death Stranding, which comes out. Well, I'm picking him up my copy tomorrow night. GameStop's doing my local GameStop's doing a release, an early release, 9 p.m. Can't wait. Looking forward to playing some Death Stranding. I don't.
We're not gonna talk about Metacritic scores.
Yeah, I don't condone use of illegal substances, but I have to fire one up and play some Death Stranding. Might be the only way I can understand that game. Anyhow, but yeah, you know, it's the reviews came out on Friday, and I know we had Ainsley Bowden on from Season Gaming last week, and we all gave our Metacritic predictions. If I'm not mistaken, I think he came the closest. I think he had it at like an 84. Is that right? I don't remember.
I thought you said 88.
No, I was the closest, sir. Don't take my credit.
No,
there we go.
Forte, you said
said
92.
I said 86, sir.
Yeah, Forte said 86.
I said 86.
Okay, I thought Ainsley was higher. Okay, so then you, Forte, were close. It sits about at 84. Last time I checked was 84 Metacritic. But definitely some divisive. This game's going to be, I think, probably the most divisive game this console generation. And I think you could just tell by the full range of reviews. I mean, we saw hundreds. We saw a 35. I mean, I can't believe the game got a 35. That was insane. But and then we got, you know, things people talk about IGN being, how about that media bias? People like to bring up IGN and them being biased and whatnot, and they gave it a 6.8.
Yeah.
And who's the guy from IGN? Brian, I can't remember his name now.
Altano.
Brian Altano was like, I can't.
He's one of my favorite guys at IGN.
Yeah, he's funny. He was like, he's like, yo, I can't play this. He's like, I want to turn the controller down, or I want to put the controller down. It's insufferable. Listen to that baby cry through the dual shock. He's like,
look like you showed her.
yeah, he's like, I had to turn that shit off. He's like, I just couldn't play it. He's like, he did not have a desire to want to play. Jeff Gertzman and them at Giant Bomb had a funny playthrough. They looked a little annoyed with the baby crying through the.
Oh, you guys are gonna be even more bored from what I was told before the game even got to here to the reviews, because I was on embargo. I don't know if you heard, the channel's and it's got approved of PR, so I was getting tips on the game. I was getting some insight on it, but to basically give you a little bit more perspective on Death Stranding. So it is true.
No spoilers though, because no
story spoilers. But I'm just going to say a lot of shit that you're going to be doing for sure, and it might actually take you out of the mode for the game. So Hideo Kojima stated that the game does not get interesting until halfway through or something like that. He is not far from the truth. He's actually telling you the facts right there. It's actually like that. It's a slow grind. You're legit going to be walking from each particular portion. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't matter how far it is. It's up to you to plan your route. But even when you plan your route, again, you'll either have to deal with marauders, which are those guys with the little electric rods, or the dark creatures, from the other world. Those are random. Those are not like at set locations. Those randomly happen. So the main thing that you're going to be dealing with is like terrain and shit, like you got to climb above. That's one of the main things you're going to be worried about. Another thing that you're going to have to keep in mind too with these packages is the conditioning of the packages, and of course, you delivering the complete order. If you deliver the complete order, you're going to get a high score, one time, right? If you do not deliver the full, level of shit, then it's going to get a lower score.
Yep, you're going to get a soccer mom calling you up, wanting to talk to customer service. My package was opened when it came.
Another thing that was kind of weird, I didn't want to listen, but something's telling me that it might actually be true because more people are saying this. I don't know if y'all saw the Metacritic score; it actually dropped even lower. But
it went below 84.
It's an 83.
It's 83 right now. Yeah, I just looked at 83, so it has gone below.
It's going below your standards,
man. And there were some people bragging that it went up one point.
And
it was higher than Gears yesterday.
Let me get to that.
83 is not even bad though. At 83 is not even bad.
It's not bad. It's worse than Gears, but that's the point. The game again, delivering the package. Now, what I heard as well, which kind of threw me through a loop, and I did not want to listen, was the boss fights. You already know how you guys are going to how to defeat the bosses, right? You're going to be destroying or beating them with bombs made out of like blood or feces or whatever waste that you have, which is the weirdest shit ever. But again, gonna be fighting them with that. These bosses only are interesting and are only challenging when they happen early on, when you have less resources. As you progress through the game and you get more resources and more ways to carry cargo via the bike or the little I forgot what it's called, a little cargo shipment thing that you can pull with you, the thing you put on.
Yeah.
The more stuff you can take with you, the more resources that you'll have, right? So this particular thing about this is going to affect the bosses tremendously. The bosses are going to get a lot easier. Super easy. So not much to these bosses at all.
So are you saying that are you saying that I need to stock up on bubble tape and
you're gonna want to every time you get it
feces?
This well, this is where the game again. This is where Hideo Kojima, like a lot of people praise him for.
I'll kill you with my sperm.
The realism in the game again, because one thing about it again, depending on how much stuff that you carry, and this is where this plays the fact. I want everybody to pay attention to this in the chat. Remember, you don't have the motorcycle until you progress to the game, right? You don't have the little cargo thing that on your back until you progress to the game. So you're mostly going to be walking on foot from point A to point B for a good chunk of the start. All right. You're going to be needing to rest. This is one thing they're putting a big emphasis on in this game is that you'll get tired out. He'll get weary, and you're going to have to either use certain areas to rest up and to, take baths or whatnot to use that stuff, take out your enemies. So that's what that's about. That's basically the meaning behind that system, is to force you to do that type of stuff, to stock up so that when these encounters do happen, you have a counter.
You know what, Slow-Mo? You might be right. I may not. I might have played Sea of Thieves longer than I played this game.
I'm telling you right now. I told you.
I got 8 hours in Sea of Thieves and don't even know how the hell I played that game. I just listening to you makes me.
I told you.
Makes me want to vomit and say, why would I want to play something that is less than a walking simulator?
Now let me ask you and Slow-Mo this. Did I ever hype this game up for you guys?
Well, no, I don't think you ever have.
Never hyped this game up, did I? No.
Slow-Mo's hyping it up.
I've been seeing quite a bit of people, though.
I was?
Now, what's funny, certain people are holding some massive L's. I think I know exactly who are holding those L's, and it's pretty sad.
The same people that are trying to damage controllers said, he said it's getting 8.3, and I love it. Like, whatever.
Right. It's like, dog, dude was like, oh, this is going to be the biggest game of this generation. I said, listen, this is definitely going to be one of Sony's bigger releases, but the game of the generation, all that, no, this is not that type of game. If any game I would say would be my game of the generation, it would more than likely be either like a Neo 2, maybe a damn Ghost of Tsushima from Sony, maybe Last of Us 2, something of that nature. This ain't that type of game for me.
You know what's interesting is
game of the generation already came out.
Destiny 2. You know what the interesting thing is
no, not Destiny 2. Destiny 2 is not it.
No, that's your game of the generation, Forte.
No, it's not. Actually, God of War.
What? As many hours you put into it?
God of War is
He's
my
never
game
played
of the
God of War. Forte's never played God of War before.
Sir, I have 75% of the trophies on that game. Can you defer?
I cannot verify this at all. I'm sorry. We're gonna have to take a look at that PSN ID. We're gonna have to take a look at that PSN ID and
okay, let's go. I'm gonna tweet it out right now.
Okay, good. We're gonna need some witnesses here. But you know what's interesting though. Like I was thinking about this the other day. Like I almost wonder if like for a lot of us, we hear these things. There's nothing to compare this game to. Like we can't say, like if you play a shooter.
Oh, no, wait, no. There's games
wait.
you can
Hold, let me finish, Slow-mo. Okay, but
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, let's say with like Outer Worlds, right? You could look at Outer Worlds. You could be like, oh yeah, I played a game. You have a benchmark. You have a benchmark to compare it to.
Mute your mic, Forte.
What does he say? What is he? He sounds like he's having a heart attack.
I think he's calling a family member or something.
Oh,
yeah, bro.
Okay.
You actually hear me?
Yeah,
mute your mic, man.
Yeah, I muted my mic and you still could hear me?
No,
you
didn't.
You didn't mute it. Like you probably didn't click it.
I turned my mic off and y'all still hear me.
I guess what I'm saying is like this game is so out. There's nothing that we can compare this game to. You know, so I think like it's almost like human nature to be like, you know what, this is kind of poop.
You can compare it to Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain. You can compare it to that. It's not really. Yeah, it's not exactly the same.
Yeah.
In terms of the slower pace with the stealth mechanics. Again, if you think stealth, there's another thing too, Forte. Take notes. And same to go for you, Slow-mo. If you think stealth is your ally, negative. Stealth is not your ally. You carrying packages, whatnot, will make you stick out like a sore thumb.
Look, man, once I saw Yanye's video where he said you can walk through, you gotta walk across the world, and you actually gotta balance yourself as you don't fall over with your packages.
There's a balance and fatigue system. Yep.
Usually walk through the world and just like say it's gonna take 20 minutes to get across this vast horizon, but now I gotta pay attention to the way my character's walking across the terrain. I'm good, bro.
And the amount of shit on your back, because remember, it's all about your stamina and it's all about how much you can endure taking your character from this place to that. And again, you already know how it is with these steep hills. That's why they got so many steep hills when he's climbing. You balancing that type of stuff, it's going to just either do one or two things. You're either going to tire your character out and fall over and trample and lose these packages.
Hey, hold on, Big Cloud. I'm going to go live chat real quick. Omar Shabab says that we can compare it to many games like Abzu, Flowers, Fireflight. I don't know about Death Stranding compared to Abzu. Flowers, I never played Fireflight, but Flowers and Abzu, I don't see the comparison there or the likeness.
Look, man,
I guess
I just want to see the same energy when this game releases and people say, oh, it's realistic and realistic texture. I'm be like, I want to see that same energy you guys were using when Red Dead Redemption came out and y'all was like, Red Dead Redemption. Oh, man, who cares? It's the game's supposed to be fun. I don't want to watch my character walk through the base camp. Oh, but they want you to take in the sights and stuff. Oh, I don't want to do that. I want to play a game.
Yeah, I don't want to hear about
this game comes out and you're tripping and trying to figure out how to walk across the horizon and not fall on your face. I want to hear you say, "Oh, it's realistic." I just want people to keep that same energy.
See, this is the thing that fascinates me about this game. Like, I don't think I can't, and I've been trying to think of a game that I can think of that says that where I say, you know what, I can. This game reminds me of this, or it reminds me of that, or certain aspects of the traversing through with a backpack and you trying to balance myself reminds me of that game. Apparently. You do more walking in like Zelda Breath of the Wild than you do in this game. So I hear people talk about a walking simulator. You do more walking in Breath of the Wild than you do in Death Stranding. So it's just I don't know. Like this is just fascinating to hear people just be like, oh my god, like this. I think it's anytime you hear something I think abstract or something that just doesn't make sense. I think it's just human nature to poo-poo on it.
Like, one thing you want to take into account too. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh no, just the excuses that are being thrown around for this particular game. Realism. Now, Red Dead 2 again. Red Dead 2 weird at all. Like, oh, I don't want to have to tend to my guns if they rot away. Y'all remember that with the oil? You had to oil your guns and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
There's always going to be that excuse. It's ridiculous for this game. I'm telling you, but Don't expect much.
I remember a lot of people complaining about the cinematic mode where you could like just hit a button and then it would go like it would have the border show up in Red Dead 2, and then you would just kind of watching like you and your posse or whatever, riding to your destination for your next mission. And people were like, "Man, I don't know all this just sitting around and watching." I remember people complaining, saying it took me 10 minutes to get to my mission. Yeah. But I mean, yeah. Where's that same energy when you're using your two thumbsticks, from what I heard, to balance yourself, with packages on your back? Like you're super FedEx man. Like, come on. And look, I'm not. I even said like I might get this game when it comes out on PC if it's had some updates or some things like that kind of improve it. But as of now, from what I'm seeing and hearing, I'm not all that interested in it. Haven't really ever been all that interested. As you guys know, I said never go full Kojima, and it looked like he went full Kojima, and But to counter something that you said, Enrique, about like you're doing things in this game that haven't really been done before. I actually see it differently. I see a lot of elements from other games being added to this game. Now, having all of them together in one game, you probably have never played one game that does so many of those different things all in one. But for example, the Strand system, I played Oxenfree that has something similar, where in Oxenfree the game's been out for a while. Here's a spoiler, but essentially you're getting ghosts or whatever or apparitions speaking to you throughout the game, and they're giving you hints about things that are happening in the future. And when you get to the end of the game, you come to find out it's your character going back through time, trying to help you get out of this time loop. And but what was really happening is you are leaving these messages for other players who play the game. So you're telling them, hey, don't let this person do this, don't do that. And it is not going to you, it's going to other people who will play the game. It's very similar to the Strand system, where you're leaving a bike or a ladder for someone to get up a hill or some crap. It's similar systems. It's not like, but people act like because they haven't played some indie games that, oh, this is like so amazing and no one's ever done this before. I'm like, not really. People have done this stuff before. You just haven't played the games to see it.
Damn. Posted a damn link to something here. Basically saying that the game takes 10 to 15 hours to actually become fun. Jesus.
What?
Yeah.
Whatever. Look, man, and
damn.
And when Enrique says, about the Breath of the Wild thing and say there's more walking in it, I agree. Breath of the Wild definitely has probably more walking in it, because you're walking everywhere in that freaking game, except when you get your horse. But the difference is, I feel like we know what Zelda is. And when you know what a game is, and they're trying to do something different, with this being the first time that they literally put a Zelda game in an open world, you kind of expect something like that. And now the next version, when they do part 2, you expect that world to be a little bit more fuller. You expect it to be more things going on in the world where you feel like it's more living and breathing versus what it was in Breath of the Wild 1. But the fact that game was the first Zelda ever did it is what made that game so great to me, because I never felt bored in that world. I didn't feel like things I was doing was mundane. Climbing mountains, you can see
everything you're saying is similar.
Everything
you're saying is similar to what we're talking about with Death Stranding, where it's just because it's Zelda, all of a sudden having an open world is like this great, amazing thing.
But no, like because
every Ubisoft, nearly 95% of the Ubisoft games are open world. No one jumps for joy for that. Just because Zelda's open world, all of a sudden that now Game
No.
of the
What did I
generation,
say?
and just Zelda went open
Slow-mo?
world. Like, gee,
Slow-mo?
like really? No, I'm not. I'm not really just talking about what you're saying, but
Oh,
there's
okay,
so
I'm about
many
to say.
people who have said exactly what you said, and then made it like blew it up to be like it's the most amazing thing ever because Zelda's open world, but the combat sucks and your weapons break on you in 5 seconds. Like what?
You don't like the way I love the weapon degradation.
I
in
love
Breath of the
that.
Wild. I love that aspect
I
of the
love
game.
it.
You know, look,
it
I
was
love
just
I
hard,
love
man.
that aspect in Fire Emblem Three Houses because it's implemented better.
But see, the reason, like that's why when I said what I said, I was like, the reason I love Breath of the Wild is because I know what the game is. That's why like my whole thing about Death Stranding is you've got people, like I kept telling people, like we saw all these trailers, we saw all this gameplay, but you couldn't tell me definitively what this game was. And then you get reviewers coming out saying, I beat the game and I still don't know what the game is. It's like
honestly,
that's what it was for me. And that's why I say I know what Breath of the Wild is, I know what Zelda is. So I'm willing to accept the things that are going on in this game because I know what Zelda's going to give me, but I'm not willing to accept a game that doesn't even hook me on what the gameplay element is. If you don't even know what the game is about, why should I even put time into even trying to figure it out?
All right, I really want to know how I really want to know what B Money. I really want to know what B Money thinks about all this because B has been, not saying like he's not in the Kojima cult, but he's been really firmly always saying he's going to.
Kojima cult.
Damn. There's a cult. You guys know there's a cult.
Oh, I know.
I mean, like they're.
Listen, he's the innovator of consoles. Nobody can.
Yeah, they are stroking the shaft and guzzling down the grate.
Right, that's okay. So
let me ask y'all this question: with the scores and the way the game's perceived, I know how again Jeff Keighley goes all out with the Game Awards, right? Game Trailer Awards. Do y'all think he's going to do the same shit still with their?
Yes.
You think so?
Yes, of course. The game is his man at the end of the day.
Yeah,
I mean, this shit's crazy, but dudes didn't want to listen.
That game is going to be Game of the Year nominee with an 83 overall.
No, it won't be. I don't think it will be.
It's going to get nominated.
No,
I didn't want to read this bullshit.
It's a divisive game. It's not like clear cut. Is not people that say it's people. Is no in between. Either you hate the game or you love it. So it's gonna get nominated, and the reasoning that people are going to use is that it got the most 100 reviews. Any other game this year, I guarantee.
I would not be surprised. Because wait, what's the other game that's behind it? Was it Resident Evil 2 remake?
Yeah, Resident Evil 2 remake, which is probably going to get nominated as well.
Yeah. Hey,
that's more likely to be my game of the year.
Hey guys, real quick, I want to go to B real quick. Get B's thoughts on this because, like Slomo said, he's not part of that Kojima cult. B, what do you think of the reviews, man? And are you gonna pick this game up, man? Is this something that you might be interested in picking up tomorrow or Friday?
Yeah, I'm definitely still getting a game day one. Still got the special edition pre-order. Looking forward to checking out that steelbook case. As far as the reviews, that's what I said was gonna happen last week. You know what I mean, when we had the guest on
Ansley.
Yeah, and we're talking about the game, and I was like, there's going to be some really great reviews, and there's going to be a bunch of reviews that trash the game. And at the end of the day, I feel like it was going to be kind of middle of the road, and that's kind of where it's landed at. And it is what it is. I think like Slomo said, I think that there's a lot of elements from different games in here. And I just I'm still want to check it out for myself and get the experience. Like Kojima has always done well with the cinematic stuff. Like Metal Gear Solid 4 was like one of my favorite games of last gen just because of the cinematics. Like the gameplay was great and everything, but some of those cinematics, like the choreography and the cinematics is what really drew me into that actual story. So I feel like it's gonna be the same thing here where there's I hear there's a bunch of cinematics in the game. There's a bunch of different, famous people that are in the game as well. Some very notable names. So I want to see how all that plays out. If I got to struggle through some of the gameplay to get to that point, that's fine. Because at the end of the day, I just want to see it through. So we'll see what happens.
I do wonder Okay, so and basically like you were saying, there you knew there were going to be some reviews that were going to trash it, some reviews that were going to be praising it. But I think where people have been really, I guess, thrown off or confused by is that there are reviews that seem to be, if you read it, really down on the game, but then the score doesn't really reflect what the reviews seem to be saying. Like there's a review that says it's boring, it's tedious. I had to put it down a couple times because I was just like, really, really about to throw my PlayStation. 95. Like that kind of talk is just like, wait, what?
Yeah,
Because
but
like,
see what you gotta look at too. Is you can go to any other game that's been reviewed this year.
Mhm.
Same type of reviews where like they'll praise the game and it'll be one negative thing, but they'll give it a lower score. A whole bunch of negative things about the game, and it'll get a higher score than what the review says. So what I mean, I knew that was gonna come too. What I mean, I really like Brian's review from IGN because like I really respect a lot of stuff that he says. I've been following for a long time, and he usually gives a pretty honest opinion. So I listened to his review, and then they had like a talk about it on Beyond. They talked about the game for like 50 minutes or whatever. And I mean, I really valued every one of those opinions that in regards to what they said about the game. So
Look, you
I
can't
mean, you're gonna have some reviews that are really out there, and some reviews that are gonna be super down on the game. Like I said, when the reviews came out, there's a bunch of people when Gears reviews came out, and what I mean, the game was getting like sixes and fives or whatever, and everybody was calling those companies out like, "Yo, this game deserves better. This game deserves better." And nobody fucking touched the game. But then when Death Stranding comes out, and they're fucking getting twos, like nobody's calling it out. Like the game obviously doesn't deserve a fucking two, but nobody's like pointing that out either. So it kind of goes both ways.
Look, man, when you give a game a 9.5 and then in the same review you say the game ain't fun.
But I mean,
I can understand.
I get that.
Listen, I can under this is the thing. 9.5. If you instantly say a game isn't fun, 9 shouldn't even be in your vocabulary. It shouldn't be a number system. Even there's no number system you can give me that tells me a game is a 9 when the one thing you're supposed to do in the game is enjoy it and have fun with it.
I don't agree with that.
This is the thing. There is this thing with this game where people feel like the message is so powerful that they feel in this game that it overrides the overall arcing what the gameplay mechanics of the game is. The game can be frustrating. It can tell you this and tell you that. But ultimately, I love the story that it told me, and it put together something that I didn't think any game ever done before. 9.5. No, I could probably see you saying all those same things to giving the game like an 8.3 or 8.5 or even an 8. But when you say 9 and you come to the table with a number that high, I'm trying to figure out like the reason we play a video game is for fun.
I disagree with that.
We play it it's like there's no way you can sit here and tell me that you picked up Destiny to play the game. You didn't pick it up to have fun.
Okay, let me.
You ain't playing. Did you buy Red Dead Redemption on PC for a second time just to play it or to have fun playing it?
Hold on, real quick. I got to pay the bills here, real quick, and then
pay those bills.
Then I'll respond to your question. Glorious War with the awesome $5 super chat says Asian and European sites are more favorable for Death Stranding. It will get nominated for Game of the Year. Skill Up review was good. It's a sum of all parts. Skill Up review was actually pretty good, and so was Young A's. Those are the two reviews that I think I enjoyed the most of Death Stranding. So Glorious, man, appreciate the super chat, man. To answer your question, Forte, gaming is okay. My view of gaming is art, like music, like movies. It's an art form, and I play games for experiences, right? And gaming can evoke things like anger, sadness. It can invoke feelings of joy, happiness. it just doesn't have to be fun. Like when and I've seen that a
Was
lot.
it
Like gaming
enjoyable
is
though? That's
game,
that all. But see, sadness.
but if it makes you
still
feel
equates
something
to enjoyment.
Okay, but that's the thing. If it makes you, but that's not fun though. Like it's like fun is just like, hey, like this is great, you know. But there's some games.
You're using a very loose term of fun when you're saying that.
Fun is very subjective.
Let me ask you something.
But so there's people who will go see, they play horror games and they want to get scared. That feeling of like something's about to happen.
Okay,
that actually like that's fun to them, but that's not necessarily fun to other people like me. Like that's not fun to me. Right. But so like fun is very subjective. What I will say though, and I do somewhat agree with you, Enrique, that a game not having like you having a great experience with a game is something that could cover other weaknesses. Like sometimes we see games that have like, so gameplay, but the story is great. Like we talk about Mass Effect 1 and always talk about how like the cover shooting in that game is absolute, doo-doo butter. But the story and the characters was so great, it completely covered it. What Remains of Edith Finch? Great story. Just walking around and clicking stuff. It's not all that exciting in that sense, but the story kept you captivated. Yeah. What I keep hearing from this game is I'm bored. And so that's different because bored it cannot be synonymous with fun. Like it's just like it's the opposite of it.
But
if the gameplay drags on.
But if the gameplay is boring, but the other parts of the game evoke some kind of emotion that's satisfactory to the end user.
Yeah, I can see that. If the story is
and that's what a lot of people are missing with the reviews.
So,
like I always say this: like, who's seen the movie Schindler's List? Like
I have.
Schindler's List is not a fun movie, right?
Yeah, it's not. It's not.
It's not.
No, it's not.
But it's a good movie because it evokes these certain things, these experiences. It's thought provoking. It evokes an emotional response from the person that's watching.
But
games are the same way. Like games aren't just bound by fun anymore. Like we were growing up playing Space Invaders or Duck Hunt or Super Mario Brothers. I mean, I think games have transcended beyond that now because of technology, where they're almost become cinematic. Like there's games like Edith Finch. Like Edith Finch, I wouldn't say, oh man, Edith Finch was a blast to play. I had so much fun playing it. No, it had a very powerful story to me, for me. And so I think that sometimes that meant that and I understand, like I understand the point of, well, they said the game wasn't fun, they gave it 100. But I think there's more there that people aren't reading or aren't, looking at that the reviewer talked about. Like I think one of the things I found interesting, I think it was digitally downloaded, said that Death Stranding is that it's a work of art. It's something that's mesmerizing. It's intelligent and powerful, but it doesn't do anything like groundbreaking in terms of like traditional video games. But it does all these other things well, and that's why they gave it 100. And I'm just quickly summarizing what they said. There's a little more meat into their review and why they gave it 100.
This kind of goes. It takes me back to a conversation I had on Scumcast like a year ago. It was about Red Dead 2 when it came out, and Red Dead 2 was getting all these 100s. And I mean, I think what did it end up at on Metacritic, like a 98, 97, something like that. And people
you need
were
one
like,
more score, Slow-Mo.
Yeah. And like I really enjoyed Red Dead, the story.
I did too.
I enjoyed the campaign a whole lot, but the game has some very glaring flaws with like input lag when you're moving your character and the shooting. Yeah, the controls were really outdated, really, really bad. And so like my argument was always like, this game, I don't understand anyone giving this game a 100. Because
it drags on.
Yeah, as great as that story is, the actual shooting is too cumbersome for you to say, like, and every single person that gave it a 100 said, well, like the controls aren't that great. All right, that to me that disqualifies it from a 100 or 10 out of 10. You just found the complaint with Right.
Yeah.
And so to bring this to Death Stranding, glaring, you admit there are some glaring weaknesses with this total package.
Yep.
Yes, you may have got this great experience out of it, and you, after you finished playing the game, you sat on your porch with a glass of wine, and you had to think about some things about life in general. Great. I'm glad you had that kind of experience. But back to this review, you said this, and this wasn't good. How is this a 100? Like it's like you are allowing your emotion to override your ability to make a honest review here.
The sum of all parts.
But wait. Well, what you're saying, Slow Mo, is that no game should ever be rated 100.
Oh yeah,
so every time that we see that, we should just throw it out the window. Yeah, because every game has negatives.
Look, I understand. I have a minority opinion on that, but I feel that's how I feel. Period. I feel like no game should ever be 100.
I feel the same way.
Yeah. Whenever I see that, I just roll my eyes.
I think giving a game 100 is hard to do but I will say this, like with games like and I'm not going to use 100 because I think that's I think it's hard to justify games that get 100 because there's obviously flaw. I've never played the perfect game, but I will say this.
Some people take that for Last of Us.
Yeah, but but games like in the 90s, right, where there's flaws, like RP, like you always hear like that fanboy, so and so didn't have good controls, but they gave it a 90, and they gave the other game a 60. Well, it's a game is judged by the sum of its parts, and sometimes you could have bad gameplay, but the characters, the story, the narrative is so strong that it makes up for the the flaws or where the game doesn't really where the game doesn't play well. Same thing can go for gameplay. Sometimes gameplay is so strong that it overshadows how lackluster characters or the narrative can be, and the game still gets a good score. So, and I think that's probably what we're seeing here with this game. But what's interesting? Like here we are talking about it. Like this is what Kojima wanted. I think. There's been a lot of talk about this game. It's amazing. I can't remember a game that's been so talked about and so debated or discussed amongst the gaming community.
We kind of picked you a get here because remember again going into this game, right? None of you, not even me, knew what the fuck the game was about. Not even Kojima. So it was automatically going to spike that type of conversation of whether the game was going to do good based off of that alone. Because remember, nobody could pinpoint exactly what the hell the game was and what it was about.
Still don't know what the game is.
Yeah, you still don't know what it's about, basically. And now he's here. Now he still has you talking about the game, but again, now the game drops in 2 days?
Yeah.
Reality's about to hit in. It's like, listen, you all have to simmer those expectations. And yeah, I do agree to add on to this fun thing, right? You play games for different experiences, man. I play Telltale games because I want to get more emotionally involved with these characters, especially those that I've seen from the previous season going into the new ones. I play for those type of experiences. When it comes to games like Fighters, I play those for fun. I play Last of Us for just that, emotional and immersive experience. Again, it really varies. To be honest, it varies.
Yeah, and I do agree with you on that Ryan, because like I'm not going to play Madden for a great story. That's not what you play Madden for. You don't play. Yeah, you also don't play fighting games for a great story. What?
You don't play Madden for the story. I play for the narrative, the drama of the season, and injuries and stuff.
But it's just I think it also goes into people's expectations going in, and this game is just so
just shattering them basically.
Yeah, just so out there that people's expectations were pretty much all over the map. So in a way, Kojima being so secretive for a while, kind of in some ways may have backfired, but in other ways helped it out. I did want to say, like, quote, this giant bomb quote here that I think
you saw that?
Because as time has gone on, and even as Kojima has said he himself does not fully understand the game, a clearer picture began to take shape. And now that it is here, we can definitively say definitively what Death Stranding is. It is a third-person action game with a heavier than usual de-emphasis on the action. It is a game about exploration in which there isn't that much to discover. It is a game about America that takes place in a world that bears only minimum resemblance whatsoever to the country it's portraying. It is a game that takes, at minimum, 10 to 15 hours to actually become fun, and even then, the definition of fun is one likely to vary wildly for its players. It is a Hideo Kojima game in which the story is the least appealing aspect of the whole endeavor. Ultimately, Death Stranding is a game that is unlike much else I've played before, and I'm not entirely sure I want to play anything like it ever again. That's a pretty tough quote.
Pretty detailed, wouldn't you say?
Yeah,
Pretty detailed.
but it seems like it's either that, right? It's
What was the score on that review?
Worst game I've ever played.
Oh, he gave it a 40, by the way. 40.
Yeah, it's like people either feel like it's the worst game I ever played, or it's the best game I ever played, and I'm never going to forget this experience the rest of my life. It's just like it's so
exactly.
polarized.
You can have a different experience depending on what you're really expecting from Kojima in this one. That's what I'm gathering from this. Again, I'm going into this review. When I review this, low expectations, even though I kind of already had a good grasp of what I was going to get. Good tips on what I was going to receive, but still. I even said to myself before we even got to this point, I'm like, I'm not expecting anything amazing out of this game. I'm just going to see, whatever the hell he's trying to do with his future endeavors. That's all.
Yeah, I think like something recently happened that was polarizing like this in movies. We had the 2 Avenger movies that came out, and you had half of a lot of people said the first movie is a better movie than the second one, but a lot of people, they will tell you from Infinity War, it was a great movie, but I never want to see that movie again.
Yeah.
That was the number one thing everybody was saying when we were coming back. Everyone's like, we can't spoil it, but the number one thing people kept saying is that was an amazing movie. I never want to see it again, though, because like you said, it's thought-provoking. It opened up something into you that you never knew was really truly there, and you never really wanted to experience that in the movie, and that's why a lot of people just didn't want to go back and see it again. And I think it's like Mass Effect, to me, favorite franchise of all. It has a 91 overall Metacritic for the first game. Does everybody here believe that the first Mass Effect should be a 91 overall?
Yes.
Why?
For that time, maybe.
For that time.
For the time, I mean, but for that time, but if that game was, if we updated that game with the graphics and everything, and it looked like it did, but we kept everything else the same, do you think that game would float as a 91?
No, not today.
Today's climate, no.
Not today's standard. They want too many more newer things.
The biggest thing for me is, and this is all, and this is all subjective, just thinking to how games are now. My only issue with the first Mass Effect is the same issue everybody had with the first Mass Effect. It had an amazing story, but the controls were freaking ridiculous. That game, beyond all belief when it came to the controls, but the story was so compelling, it made you want to finish that game. But then guess what? Second Mass Effect came out, fixed every freaking thing. 96 overall Metacritic. I believe that game is perfectly scored for where the hell it needs to be scored, because it's literally the best one of all of them. And it did everything that the first one didn't do better, except they took some of the RPG elements out. But guess what? That's a subjective thing to how you actually what parts of the first one you liked versus what you didn't like. But they fixed the gameplay, and the story was arguably better in the second one than the first one. So 96 overall, I can deal with that. The third one came out, not as good as the second one, 3 overall. But the gameplay was even better than the second one, because they refined it even further. Story was a little lackluster for some people because they got to the end and they didn't like it. That's why the score fell to a 93. But I still think the third one, just because of the controls, is better than the first one. So control, like I made a video a long time ago about this. It was great. It was gameplay over everything. For me, and like I said, it's just for me. A game has to hook me in the elements of what I want to do in that game. If I can't see myself progressing through the game because of some cumbersome thing, or at least some carrot on the stick that makes me want to do it, I'm not going to do it. I literally stopped playing the first Mass Effect just because I didn't want to scan 50,000 planets That was like mundane. It was stupid to me. I'm not doing this. But then that second one came out, and I played the first mission of the second one, and I was like, I have to go play the first one because I have to see what this whole story is about. So the second one literally made me go back and play the first one and run through it just to get to it. That's the only reason I beat the first one. But these games, it really just comes down, like you guys said, it's subjective. But to me, you have to it's got to be something there that makes you want to play the game. It's not just because you don't know what the story is going to be about, because we don't know what Death Stranding is going to be about. What's actually hooking you to want to play the game? I'm sorry, I don't want to walk across a planet.
More than likely because you don't know what it is.
Yeah, I think the intrigue.
That's what it is for me.
It's the intrigue.
Ultimately, that's what it is for me. I don't know what this game is, so
but you really want to find out. Yeah,
we're definitely gonna find. And it's the thing. Slow-mo told me, he said, "Bro, you're not gonna get 10 minutes into this game. I can tell you right now."
You want to stream it? Because I guarantee you probably gonna fall asleep on the sticks. The way
I probably will.
The way
But it's the fact of the matter on that type of stuff.
Hey, hold on for a second. Hey, Slow-mo, you would you like to address the chat?
Yeah, there's a particular Glorious War in the chat seems to be a bit triggered with me reading a part of a review, and he thinks I'm being biased by reading that instead of adding again a overly positive review of the game. I don't have an existing bias on this game. I have never had an existing bias on this game. I don't really care overall.
Yeah,
I read it because it was sent to me, and I looked at it, and I thought it was a very, very well written explanation or opinion on the game.
It might be harsh, but it was pretty detailed. Now
it was harsh, but it was pretty detailed. And if it was, I mean, I didn't read the Stevedore or whatever that website's review that gave it a 35. I think that was a poorly written piece of trash.
Let me add something to that for you, Slow-mo. Glorious. I'm the one who sent them the link to that. So it's a review from was it Giant Bomb? Giant Bomb went on a review for this. All right, so that's what it was. There's some more news that came out for Kojima Productions. I don't know if you or Forte heard about it, or maybe Enrique heard about it, but supposedly
they want to make movies.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel. Again, I don't know how I feel. His movies might be the same way you feel about the game. Some might be into it, some might not.
I think he
might
actually do better with a movie, honestly.
Yeah, he might make dope movies.
But do you think he'll turn Death Stranding into a movie?
I love to see him do a Silent Hill movie.
You think they'll give him that type of freedom?
I think he'll do great in like the horror.
Yeah,
I think
in like the horror genre,
structure, he'll be all right.
He does need that too.
He needs structure. But and last thing I'll say about all this,
structure.
He needs structure. And the last thing I'll say about this is, look, these reviews are ridiculous on both sides. The game does not deserve. I mean, if a game literally affects you on an emotional level when you finish it and you feel like it's one of the best things that need to be played, but you just didn't enjoy how you got there, that game doesn't deserve to be a 3 out of 10. But it also don't deserve to be a 9 out of 5 too. Somewhere in the middle is a lot better, and that's my whole argument.
Yeah, that's where you have to go based off of the spreadsheet and what you experience and break it down and really get to the right score. Right. Like some people think a 6 out of 10 is bad. 6 out of 10 is roughly fair. 6.5 is fair. It's not bad. It's just slightly above average. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't understand that.
But you know what, Ryan?
7 out of 10 is better. It's above average.
But you know what,
going
Ryan?
by this generation standards, man.
I know. Everybody has to
bucks.
compare it to one thing. Because you remember the manhunt. I know Forte and Slow-mo remember this, but y'all remember the manhunt for anybody who gave a positive review for Gears of War 5?
Yeah.
Y'all remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody who said something positive about Gears of War 5, I'm like, okay. Excuse me, why I be honest, gave a positive review. Mom was like, oh, you just said that because you want Xbox dude to be happy. I'm like, if you watch Scumcast, if you watched my channel at the time before the channel turned around, I was anti everything because I didn't give a fuck. I spoke my mind. So
look, man,
I don't know where you just came from with that logic, but it was stupid.
The reason I respect IGN's review the most is because based off of the criteria that they always use for their reviews. Now, sometimes they go against that because I feel like some games that they review don't live up to the expectations of what they say. But for that review to land in the 6s like it did, it's still, like they said, it's still a good game. It just has some work that needs to be done to explain certain things that's going on in the game. But I just think that these developers, this tells me ultimately that developers are just like us. They want those games to score just as well as we do, or and stuff like that, because they are very aware of what a good score is. And if they feel like a 8.3 is not a good score, and they feel like the game is better in their eyes, they say, oh, well, 8.3 is okay, but I think this game's a little bit better than that. So they're going to score it a little bit higher than that. I mean, that's just a bias as a reviewer. They know what they trust me, they know the atmosphere out here. They know what a good score is. And even on their own bylaws, if it says an 8 is good, but if they feel like it's a little slightly better than good or a little better than that, they're going to mark it in the 9s, which supposed to be like an amazing game. Or what is 10 superb under IGN's criteria and stuff. So these reviewers know what they're actually reviewing these games as, and I think that's part of the problem. They're looking at the game as a fan like we are, and they want these games to score higher than they normally do, and they don't want to really criticize them as hard as they need to. And that's what I think is happening with this Death Stranding review.
Did y'all talk about how motherfuckers? It was crazy too. I don't know if y'all remember this, but as soon as the review scores dropped and it was at 85, dudes immediately tell us, "I'm canceling my pre-order for the
Yeah. So
I don't understand the mindset behind people.
There's nothing
I don't understand.
Talking. They ain't
If
showing
you
me
bought the
receipts.
collector's edition console, clearly there was enough intrigue and interest in this game, right? That you wanted to play the game and you wanted to experience and you wanted to support everything. I'm seeing motherfuckers call Kojima a sellout. He's a traitor. I'm like, what is this shit? Like, what?
Yeah, people are just weird.
What is this
man.
shit? What is this?
Game's gonna win MPD for the month of November. So
It's like, oh no, they ain't gonna give a fuck.
Oh well, no. Star Wars and Pokemon's coming out. Never mind.
Pokemon
It'll be in the
wins
top
MPD
3.
November.
I don't think Pokemon's going to remove half the Pokédex or some shit like that.
No,
It don't matter. It's Pokemon.
It don't matter. People gonna buy it anyway.
And they're selling 2 copies of the game too. So 2 SKUs.
Oh man!
All right, guys.
So wait. The Pokédex. Wait, they removed it and put it in the other games?
No, they removed it altogether.
Damn.
Yeah.
But they're selling 2 versions of the game, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, I know they always do that shit.
Double the sales.
One game has more Pokemon than the other. That's.
And then they sell a double pack too. I'm really interested to see which one sells more, because they have a version that's a double pack that comes with both games.
Yeah. Hey, Forte, real quick, man.
It might be how much the double?
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, Forte. So I was at GameStop the other day.
Oh, you was at my house today. Good.
Yes, I was at your house, and no, they were telling me that that they can't keep the Outer Worlds in stock. They're like, we didn't get any pre-orders. They're like, the reviews dropped, and all of a sudden we had a bunch of people come in and we sold out. And whenever we get them in, they sell out right away.
I don't have any for PlayStation. I haven't had one for PlayStation in 2 weeks.
Yeah, they've been telling me that they
pre-order for the Outer Worlds.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said. Go ahead, B.
You know, with all the reports about how well the game is selling on PlayStation, do you guys think Microsoft is going to keep it off of PlayStation?
No.
Why not? Why?
I don't know.
Everything
I think they already said
Outer Worlds 2
said
will
it's
be
not
on PS5.
No, I think they said it's not going to be on PS5.
Yeah, because Aaron Greenberg came out and said that they are pretty much done putting their games on other platforms. So they now own the game.
We'll see when those really, again, they say it now, bro, because they're about to sell a new console. You gotta wait to how the system performs. You'll see the shit.
Right.
But also Aaron Greenberg perform any different than it is right now. So
yeah, exactly. If it performs the same that's going on now, you're gonna see the shit go right back to square one. Oh, we're going.
I mean, like Aaron Greenberg says that, but then they're putting Minecraft Dungeons on PlayStation 2, so that's a new game, and that's you've owned that IP for forever, not forever, for a few years now.
I'm getting tired of seeing that man's face in Forza. I really want something else aside from seeing this dude show off Forza. Now, come on, I'll be honest. You see him every time. Every time you see him at whatever event, he's always showing off Forza. I'm tired of seeing that damn game. I see something else. I'm tired of seeing that game. I want something new.
No, but I thought it was actually really interesting to hear that though at games. And I brought up Forte because I wasn't sure if you guys were seeing the same thing, in your store. But
I'll tell you exactly what they told us. The weekend that the game came out, we got the email and they said, hey, we know you guys are short on Outer Worlds on PlayStation 4. Just to let you know, digital codes are available, but don't expect restock over the weekend. That's exactly what they told us. If you can sell it, sell POS cards, because PlayStation doesn't allow full game downloads anymore. So you had to sell currency cards to people to get the game on PS4, which I did a hell of a lot of over that weekend. But this is what, did you expect anything else? When a game is actually great on a system, and Game Pass is doing exactly what Microsoft wants it to do. Literally, the PC version and the Xbox version are out there in the wild for people to play right now as much as you want for $1 or $15 or however much you want to play.
I got the PC version running it on ultra settings, by the way.
I have it on PC too, running at ultra settings.
I have it on PC. I haven't fired the shit up.
But the biggest thing is people are watching this game, and the hype has helped this game want to sell on another platform. That's what Microsoft wants. So I don't know why people are expecting anything different. That's why I was so bullish on the whole Halo thing. If Halo is good, people are going to run out and buy the game. You have to have a compelling reason for people to buy something. And the fact that this game is available on PlayStation and people can go out and get it is why it's selling. And that's why we don't have any of them, because it's selling. Congratulations, Microsoft! You finally got a game under your house that actually is worth buying. Other than Gears of War.
Be careful, you're gonna trigger somebody. Say media bias.
No, it's the truth.
No, apparently it's not the truth. It's probably not. If you say this, you're hating.
Though you people want to knock Game Pass and say it's Microsoft's losing money. Dude, Game Pass is a marketing machine for Microsoft. That's all it is. They're marketing their games in there and getting people to want to buy it on different platforms. That's it.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. They're doing that. And you look at it from that point of view. The question is, how long will it be before they decide to just go third party?
Hold on, big. What B? I heard you chime in. What excuse me. What were you
saying?
I
was saying that game was so regardless. It's RPG. It's a single player game. It's gonna sell on PlayStation regardless. So
because of the nature kind of game it is.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder though, will they ever go third party at this rate and actually make them full fledged physical for all three?
I don't know.
Man, I don't know. I mean,
I was like, you ever think Microsoft would have that like long term vision to be like a third party legit dev and have
the moment that they can see that system sales aren't the reason that they're relevant? Yes.
I mean, that's kind of the truth though, isn't it right now? Because Xbox One is like what? 40
Xbox is still considered
47
people.
47
Xbox is still considered a platform. I mean, not a platform, but a manufacturer of a system.
Yeah.
They have to get to the point where they're just known as a platform. And once that happens and the system isn't the thing that holds people to the console, that's when they go third party.
I think that's why they rebrand everything to Windows.
That's why it's just called Xbox now. Everything's Xbox.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a question. Is Valve considered third party?
No, they have a platform.
Okay, but does Valve make any hardware?
No.
They try to.
They
try to. It work because they're not a hardware maker.
They don't make up. So why is it different for Valve than it is for Microsoft? But Microsoft stopped. Like if the Scarlet is the last generation where they make hardware, which they claim that that's never going to happen.
You really think so? Like you really think we're at that point?
Look, man. Phil Spencer may not even have his job by next gen. How he gonna say they're gonna never do something? You may not even be here for that. He may either be fired or retired.
Nah, I don't see him go anywhere. Slow mo. He's gonna be there for a while.
I don't know, man. He aged like 20 years just being there for his short time.
I mean, he aged like 20 years. He's a 50-year-old man. I mean, like he can retire after next gen. Well, all I'm saying is that once he leaves the company, he can't say for certain what the next person in his role is or is not going to do, or the next CEO if Nadella rolls out. You don't know. So regardless of that, I just find it very interesting how like no one ever comes at Valve like, oh, you're going third party because you don't make hardware, but They are a platform where people
let them dudes live.
Love Steam. They love Steam like it's a woman. And
That's
Hey,
fine.
real quick, guys.
Let me
I
pay
gotta
this
pay the
bill,
bills,
Slow-mo.
guys. I gotta pay the bills real quick. Big shout out to Glorious Ware with the awesome $2 super chat. Has a question for Forte. He says, Forte, how are the pre-orders for Death Stranding?
All right, so I saw your question when you posted it like a couple minutes ago, like a minute ago, but I didn't want to overtalk them talking. So thanks for the super chat, anyways. But yeah, I was going to answer that as soon as they got through talking. Death Stranding is doing decent. I mean, it hasn't picked up anything from the initial reveal that they did like a couple months ago. It's pretty much flatlined itself out.
What about collectors? None.
Yeah, the collectors did good. Once the collectors sold out, I mean, the collector's been sold out for quite some time now. The system actually did pretty good when it came to just because it had the limited edition controller in it that people just love the controllers for the PlayStation now all of a sudden. But overall, the game, we haven't really been getting a lot of pre-orders on the game, but I also haven't had a bunch of people coming in and saying, I don't want to pick this game up because it's horrible. I think that's just a product of us being in this community where people are just talking and not really doing any action around it. Because I haven't seen any receipts saying I canceled my Death Stranding review. Game. So I think the game's going to be fine.
You want one?
I think the game's going to be fine. I think it's going to sell. It's probably going to be in the top 5 in the NPD for November, and ultimately, it's going to come down to if you enjoy that type of game or not. If you like Metal Gear, you might like this game because it's made by the same person that created that franchise. So, but pre-orders are good, but they've been good for a while. They just haven't hit like that. Like how Call of Duty in the last week or 2 weeks leading up to the game, reserves skyrocketed on that game, even more than they were when people were getting the code for the beta. Like we saw a huge gain in Call of Duty reserves over the last 2 weeks. Same thing with Star Wars. We're seeing huge returns on Star Wars reserves right now because right now you're getting a free Fandango ticket, and if you're going to the movies to see the movie, why not? And you're getting the game, why not reserve it and get $15 off your movie ticket? You basically just save $15 right then and there on the game. So people are taking advantage of that. And Pokemon had flatlined for a long time, but now those reserves are skyrocketing because we're just over a week and a half away from Pokemon coming out. Death Stranding, unfortunately, has not seen that same growth, but a lot of that can be contributed to the reviews coming out a week early, and people are like a little down and they're taking a wait-to-see approach. But I don't think it's really going to hurt the game long term because, it's Kojima and people are going to buy the game at some point, no matter what.
Yeah.
Hey, Forte.
Yo.
Who do you think is going to fan out more at the midnight launch? The Pokemon fans or the Star Wars fans?
That's a good question because it's not going to be a midnight for both. Star Wars is a 9 p.m. Pokemon's a midnight.
Okay.
So we're staying. My store, well, we directed most of our stores in our district to stay open through the whole thing, and it's going to be really interesting because at 6 o'clock is when you can get your receipt that basically tells you like which game you're picking up at what time. I can tell you right now, Smash Brothers was so huge, and it also came out during the Game Awards. Yeah. I think that helped it out a lot when Smash Brothers came out because the Joker being the first character in the season pass, people erupted. Like I've never seen that type of euphoria around a game and DLC in my life. But that has something to do with something third party because of the announcement at the Game Awards. Now, Pokemon, it's the first mainline Pokemon on the Switch. My store has well over north of 300 on that game. Way more than Star Wars. But the thing with Star Wars would probably be more energetic at first, but I don't know what to know about that game because most people buy Star Wars games not because of the games, because of the movies.
Right.
And the movies haven't been
big regardless, but the movie drops very, very soon.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Now, if the movie would already dropped and the movie was great, I think Star Wars, the game will fly off the shelf. The game's going to fly anyways, but if that movie already came out and the movie was amazing, this Star Wars game would probably be the number one selling game this holiday. And it still can be because the movie comes out December 20th or 21st. 4 days before Christmas. So that's going to be a really good thing to see over that 4-day hike over the rest of that week. If Star Wars is just going to jump through the roof because people have got nothing but Star Wars on their head because of the movie, but that's all based on the movie. It's not based on the game itself. The game is going to sell just because it's a Star Wars game, but the movie is going to propel that. Versus Pokemon sells on over what the heck you put it on. And the fact that it's a mainline Pokemon on the Switch and you're selling a version of the Switch that has the 2 Pokemons on it is going to be, I think that's going to be something that a lot of people aren't really, prepared for when it comes to that.
It's for the light, right? The $200 one.
The 200, the light version is the one that has it's the Pokemon version.
So they pretty much redid. I remember that Pokemon DS it was a Pokemon DS. It was black and had like gold Pokemon on it.
Yep, they redid it that way with the 2 different color Pokemons on it.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, that thing's gonna sell gangbusters, man. Yeah, Forte, you gotta update us on the how the launch of those 2 games go, man. I'd be interested.
I'll stream it. Man. I'm gonna stream it on Twitter.
Nice.
Who on the panel was getting Star Wars?
Day one.
I'm getting it.
Star Wars has officially hit Origin Access, baby. It's on PC a week earlier. They announced it. I actually put it in my queue.
Are you serious? Don't tell me that.
So if you have EA Origin Access, you get access to Star Wars Fallen Jedi Order 1 week early on PC. And I looked and I saw it. I was like, oh, yes, baby. I actually got my money back from Anthem.
Okay, question.
I'm telling you, man, EA need to stop messing around and just give Origin access
to the
consoles. Because I'm telling you that would save their life.
Origin access. Is it like Game Pass where you just pay monthly and you can just play the games?
Yeah,
you can. You can pay if you get PC Origin access. It's $15 for a month, and you can download all the games 7 days before they release. Or you paid $100 for the year, and then you can do the same thing.
So theoretically, I could go tonight, pay $15 for Origin Access for 1 month, play Star Wars, beat it, uninstall, and then cancel.
It'd be done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's what you should do.
Rinse and repeat. There
probably what I'm about to do right now.
Because no BS. Because no BS, I just downloaded. I went in there. I saw somebody streaming on Mixer. They were playing Need for Speed. I was like, "Oh, Need for Speed does come out Friday." I was like, "Oh, it's in Origin Access. Let me download it to my PC so I could just try it out and see what it's like."
That. Yeah, I'm gonna.
So I downloaded. Yeah, so I downloaded Need for Speed, the whole full game, and played like 2 hours of it this morning. It's pretty cool. But then I looked. And then I looked in and I saw Star Wars. I say, "Oh my God, Star Wars is in here," and I instantly put it in my queue. So. Nice. I think it goes live. The game comes out on the 15th, but you get access to it on the 8th.
You ain't telling us the full story, though.
So guess what?
Check dropping. Now, when that check dropping, you knew all this a little too early.
So guess what? This game on Origin Access launches the same day Death Stranding comes out. Where am I going to be at?
Oh, my God. Don't tell me that.
Oh, Lord.
It comes out the same day Death Stranding comes out on PC.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God. All right, guys. Hey, look, I want to get to the next topic, guys. We got a little bit off track here, but XO19 is coming up. We talk about, I think, 14, you talked about the 15th. It's next week, right?
Yep, next week. Next Friday.
So XO19 is, oh, shit, I had the date up, and now it's the November 16th. The 16th. Thank you, Slow-Mo. And
so it's on a Saturday this year.
Yeah, for the 14th to 16th. In London, LA love. I don't know, guys. I'm hearing some interesting. I never want to hype EXO because I just really haven't. I don't know, guys. I think the EXOs have been okay. Like I can't remember an EXO that's been like, oh my God, it was amazing.
Stop
at
lying.
Least for me,
EXO's been garbage.
But I don't know. This one, there seems to be some hype behind this, man. Like apparently a lot of media is being flown out. They're putting people up in hotels. Something. Apparently, this is at this level. For what I'm hearing is that they're doing it at a much higher level than they have with previous XOs. So I think that's where kind of some of this hype is coming from, that maybe there's going to be a big announcement now. I don't know, guys. I'm not one to get my hopes up high, but who knows? I mean, maybe there's some big announcements that are going to come out of XO19.
Don't do it, Enrique.
So what are these big announcements people are expecting?
Right, exactly.
I mean, I think there's going to be another studio acquisition announcement.
Okay.
I think maybe
doing
we'll,
something for you now.
huh?
Is that doing something for you now?
No,
Yeah, like
but
next?
I mean,
Okay, they've been doing that. Okay.
Right,
Old
that's
news.
nothing new. I want something new. I think they're gonna do.
I don't think them flying people out
Just
to London for this is that big a deal. I mean,
Exactly.
it's overseas. Of course, they're doing that. I mean, the last one was in Mexico, but that was still, in America, it was just a little bit, a little bit further south. This is across the Atlantic Ocean. Of course, they're flying people out. They want people to cover it. They want people to talk about it. I don't think that means, or they're going to show like 2 new IPs. They're going to show 3. They're going to announce 3 studio acquisitions. I think likely we're still not going to get any new IPs shown, and they may have like 1 studio acquisition.
Mm-hmm.
I think they might show 1 IP because they don't have anything else for next year.
Fable.
Yeah, they do. They got Ori. They got
Ori.
They got
Battletoads and Halo.
New that we haven't seen yet.
Battletoads.
Yeah, but that's different than they don't have anything for next year, because they got like four games announced that are coming out next year. Wastelands 3, Ori, Battletoads, and Halo Infinite.
Get Battletoads game of the year.
And they got Bleeding Edge.
Oh yeah, right.
So, I
and
mean, they have games,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I don't think any of those are like notable titles.
Isn't
So I
Itagaki
think they
supposed to
need
be
What,
there?
Battletoads? Battletoads not game of the year for you?
Nah, man. Throw that shit in the bushes.
but Halo Infinite is a knowable title. But Ori.
Yeah, but Halo Infinite is gonna be like positioned to like be launching with the next console.
That game's
So like
Yeah,
I think like that whole promotion and all that's gonna like be all surrounded around E3, and after E3 we're gonna really get into big promotion and hyping the game up as we get closer to launch. But like I don't think they
what's
especially
funny about that? They basically recreated the 360 with that marketing with Halo.
Yeah.
This time around.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
But I think if they're going to have more than just Halo Infinite at the launch of Scarlet, they're going to show it now, because isn't this typically where Phil Spencer likes to show games now? Ever since Scalebound, he's in on that whole 12 to 18 month kick. Like, he doesn't want to show anything beyond that. So if they're going to have anything to show for launch of Scarlet, it's going to be shown. I don't think they're going to show Halo gameplay, but I think they're going to wait until
at least have a
for
good
that
trailer, man.
They'll probably have another trailer. But like, if they're going to have any games that actual launch with the system, that's going to be just their games, then they're probably going to show it at XO.
So they need one, at least one. Then one new IP.
I don't know. I don't know if we get one. I'm only saying that because so many times we think they're going to show something and they give us nothing. And so many times they hype it up. Like, as Aaron Greenberg was like, someone asked Aaron Greenberg last week, and he said at XO19, we're going to show games. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's the same thing they said about E3 when they showed us they had 95 games, and after we watched it, we were like, where the hell was the games at?
Right. They're going to show a bunch of multi-plats and games that we've already seen.
I got to pay the bills, man. Hold on real quick.
All right.
I can't pronounce Saifu Poetic X Initiative says with a $2 super chat, thank you, my friend. It says, do you think the talk of Itagaki means anything? I was going to say that. There's those rumors of Itagaki's going to be there, and if you know Itagaki, he has some ties to Xbox with the original Ninja Gaiden when he was with Team Ninja. He has since made was it Devil's? What was that game that I think Eric's the only one that likes it? Devil's Third or something like that. It was the last game for the Wii.
So you think they'll have one? Ninja Gaiden?
No, he doesn't know. The Team Ninja owns that. He's not gonna. Are you saying, Big Cloud? Are you saying that they're gonna have Ninja Gaiden there? Or you just
No, I said, do you think they'll have that there?
no, I don't.
Or
think
announce it there, or
no,
are they something they'll say for the E3 moment?
I think Team Ninja still owns the Ninja the rights.
Oh,
to
the
Ninja
license.
Gaiden.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So, but Itagaki though, I mean, there's been rumors of Phil trying to. Obviously, there's talks and him going to Japan, trying to strengthen those relationships. Rumors of them maybe building a studio in Japan. Maybe Itagaki, if the rumors are true, maybe he heads up to a studio in Japan. B, what do you think about that, man? Do you think that Itagaki rumor could be true? That maybe he shows up and maybe he's there to kind of help build a new studio for Japan for Xbox?
Man, I don't believe none of these rumors, but like if that shit happened, that would be amazing. You know what I mean? Like, there's some definitely that Microsoft could use that could be a feather in the cap, because I think similar to this generation, I think going to next generation, Japanese games are going to kind of lead the charge and be some of the best games around. So, I think that's a smart play if it happens, but I don't believe no rumors about that.
Yeah, I don't know about him actually working with Xbox Game Studios, but there's been talk I've heard multiple times from at different times about them trying to create a Japanese studio. It's either been interchangeable between them trying to create their own Japanese studio or acquire one, and so I think
Well, because
they're probably going to end up
earlier in the year. Didn't they set up like a team of like?
They have a department or something out there now. They've created a Asia division that's supposed to, but I think they're focusing a lot on Korea instead of Japan, because that's where you get the Crossfire X and because South Korea is actually a very big gaming market too. It's just not as big as the other ones, but I think they're trying to tap into that, because that one's kind of been left to be ignored by them in the previous generation. So
yeah, remember the last time he said I went to Japan to get some games, and he announced Fighter X or Fighter Z, and I'm like, it's a multiplat.
Yeah,
that's the same thing that I think is gonna happen here. Like,
yeah, that's why I'm not. It's a little hard for me to get hyped for that type of shit, because last time again he showed us a multiplat.
I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of hyped, guys. You guys have deflated my hype. I'm just kind of like, okay.
I mean, because like he said,
you know what they're going to do. They're going to show up there, and they're going to XO is going to have a bunch of multi-plat games that they just got the marketing on. And that's going to be about it. I mean, let me not say that's going to be. They're going to have a studio acquisition, but it's probably going to be a studio you haven't heard of, or a studio that's not all too hyped up. They're kind of doing what you would see like in the NFL when a team that's trying to get better but doesn't really have, like, they're not really quite there yet. They sign a free agent that
you described
has
the
potential. Right. They sign a free agent that has the potential to be a all pro, but he's not all pro yet. That's what they're doing on the first party front. They're signing teams that have talent and have potential, and to grow into a potential AAA, like a powerhouse, but they're not quite there yet, and they need some guidance. They need more people. They need money.
To basically add on to that, remember when Matt Booty said they're looking for AA developers to make? That's what they're looking for, that type of stuff.
So what the hell?
And he used Hellblade as the example. He's like, we want AA devs that can do a game like Hellblade that had a AA budget but looks like a AAA game.
So what
they want.
So what the hell are they going to show that? I mean, like, it's like games, but
they're gonna show Bleeding Edge and Wasteland and Ori
and Bleeding Edge.
Battletoads.
He got an encrypted tweet. He's like, so
and a Halo Infinite trailer.
Halo Infinite trailer.
Next update,
one new IP.
Yeah, the next update to Sea of Thieves.
Yep, Sea of Thieves.
Controllers.
Yeah, controller.
Yeah, there's gonna be a controller.
They're gonna talk about
XCloud.
XCloud.
Crowd that's gonna be paid to hype up everything.
They're gonna talk about XCloud for a little bit.
Yeah, XCloud gonna be there.
Is Major Nelson gonna have the white gloves?
What about Oh
Of
God.
course he is. And then at the end they'll announce their studio acquisition, and they'll be, thanks for coming. See you guys next year.
Hey,
I think a
B,
demo, XCloud, maybe a legit demo this time around.
Yeah, I think yeah. They did. Did they demo it at the last XO or something?
Nah, that was fake, bro. That's
You said that was
she was
fake.
trying so hard to make that shit look real. She was tapping the trigger. She was so off.
Yeah.
She's moving to the left. The damn car is swerving to the right. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
You had one job. We only had the camera on you for 5 seconds. You couldn't look
she
like
fucked it all up.
You couldn't look like you were really racing. The car barely turned. It was a straightaway. And
She's clicking. You remember that shit? So she was clicking. Like, what are you doing? You don't play Forza like this.
who drives a car and you're tapping the gas on a straightaway like that? Who drives a car like that? Come on, lady. I know. Seriously, like, have you played a game before ever? Like, have you played a racing game? I was looking at that like, oh no, that's not that's not real.
She had what's her name? Katie Yeager.
I tell you what. Thank God that.
She should have played it.
Thank God the E3 demos worked out better than what they initially showed.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And look, and I will say, I'm in XCloud beta now. It's good.
I'm still not in that
good.
damn beta, man. I'm telling you, if I don't get in that beta, I'm gonna get angry like the people at Popeyes. It's not gonna be.
You'll start stabbing people.
On it, What'd you get the test on it?
You get to play Halo Guardians, Gears 5, Sea of Thieves, and Killer Instinct.
Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna say none of the stupid Manny ones like the damn Mortal Kombat.
I think they will add more games in the future. And if you were in the Insiders program, you can do console streaming now. I know a guy, shout out to Taz. Taz is in the Insiders program, and he was playing Destiny 2 off his phone. He said a couple days ago, and he said it was like 1-to-1. He had no latency, so it's pretty good.
You want to take this? You want to take this next super chat, man?
Okay, from Seafood Poetic X Initiative. Believe it or not, they plan to reintroduce you all of their studios. You will see new and old things. Not really sure what he means there. Like, but you're just going to come out and just talk about like, "Hi, we're the initiative, and we haven't made any games yet, but we're going to make games."
we're hiring a lot of people. In case you haven't heard.
Wait, they never announced. That's right. They never announced the project for the initiative. Damn,
no, they haven't.
They're keeping it in the right. But look,
maybe they show
probably
something.
will be.
Maybe they show what they're working on.
They're not ready to show anything yet.
Like, at least like a title card, maybe.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying.
No, look,
they're gonna show people at the desk on their computer working on something, but they ain't gonna show you what the hell they doing.
Right.
So B, are we
one
gonna get like
of those
a
like
screen
little
clipping?
promo clip.
Like a
why does their game production like a fucking like dungeon and shit? Because you always see like Larry Herb or somebody in the background, like with their studios. Like, do y'all just ever let these guys work and make their game?
Like Larry Herb's like, standing over their shoulder that what everyone hates when you're working.
Hey Larry, I moved the color over here to make it look more realistic. I want it over there, Jerry. Okay, I'll move it over here.
But no, I mean, like, the initiative's got like a all-star cast of like. It seems like they're only looking for
the best of the best.
The best of the best. Like I every single person that's on that roster of developers have all worked at like Rockstar, Naughty Dog, Crystal Dynamics, Respawn. Just like it's just like where have you worked before? Well, I used to work for Compulsion. Look, you can stay over there.
Compulsion.
We have a.
I worked for BioWare Austin.
Oh Lord.
BioWare Austin. Interesting. Yeah.
I'm saying. I hope that game never gets a sequel. Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves 2? Nah, don't.
No.
I don't think they ever want to. I think
don't
they're
think
just going to keep updating it. I think it's going to be.
Yeah. That's the Minecraft of the sea, man. There ain't gonna be no second one.
Minecraft of the sea.
Hey, when are we all going to get on Sea of Thieves? We should get on the ship.
Never.
Come
and
on,
do
B.
what exactly?
B, you don't think it'd be
things
fun
that will never happen.
You, Slubbo, Eric,
exactly. Fight some tentacles.
Man, I had to be lit up off a couple 40s, man.
Wait, did they ever fix that? Did they ever include the full Kraken, or they just left it as is and they just added the Megalodon?
I don't know if they ever
I don't know if they
brought the
did.
Kraken back.
Oh Lord! Wow.
All right, B.
It's
so
still lacking, unfortunately.
What
So
happened
B-
to the Skull and Bones?
I think it got
Infinitely
delayed.
delayed.
Really? Oh
Yeah,
man, come
Ubisoft
on.
is like when
I'm a perfectionist.
when Last of Us got delayed, they announced that they pushed like all their games back because of Breakpoint was so trash and they didn't really move any units.
Quality.
Yeah, that was a smart PR decision. It was like, oh,
Yeah.
everyone's talking about The Last of Us being delayed. Announce it now. No one's going to pay attention. And which I was really looking forward to Watch Dogs Legion. Like literally everything's being delayed. And actually, I did a video about this because Jason Schreier came out and was talking about how the word at Ubisoft now is Ubisoft is doing another one of their things where they go a complete like 180, complete different direction from where they were before. And now all they're trying to approve when it comes to new projects are like super unique games. Like if it's not a super unique game that people haven't seen before, they're not going to approve of it. So I don't know what's happening.
I mean, I kind of understand what they're trying to do because like if you look at just their slate of their big games, they all start to feel the same.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the Rainbow Six thing that they're going to come out with, this Breakpoint game that just did, like what they've done with the Division. You know what I mean? What they did with Assassin's Creed, what they're doing with Watch Dogs, like all those games, you know what I mean? When you look at them at a whole, they all start to feel and look and play the same way. So
yeah, and that's due to the fact that they found a way to try to be able to push out games. If you notice, they put out more games than any other third-party publisher out there. On an annual basis, they put out at a minimum 4 games a year. And the reason why they were able to do that is because they'll normally have 1 or 2, but usually just 1 main developer on the game, but then they have all these other little studios like Ubisoft Montreal, Ubisoft Paris, Ubisoft. They don't have like actual names; they're just Ubisoft in the city, and all of them work on all their games. They use the same assets for all of them, and so you'll see in Assassin's Creed Origins and Assassin's Creed Odyssey the buildings. Same buildings, just different locations, and it was done better in that one. Yeah, what's up, Enrique?
Real quick question. You're talking about Ubisoft. Like the last Ghost Recon bombed bad for them. Like, and weren't they like out there asking for people for like ideas for games or something? Like,
yeah, they're really in a bad spot. They're really kind of looking like Capcom was at one point. Remember when Capcom was asking people like, what do you want from us? Like, what do you want to see from us?
But I think the obvious slow-mo was like Splinter Cell. Like how long have we been asking for Splinter Cell? Give us Splinter Cell.
They know they won't make no money off of it. That's why they won't come out with it.
But see, they're not making any money off Ghost Recon right now.
Right. They're talking about being super unique and being different and doing the opposite of what everyone else is doing now.
No,
they may actually approve. I mean that's what the new direction that was being rumored. Well, not rumored. It was out there. It flopped because they used the same. I mean, literally, they came out with this game 2 years after Wildlands. You were looking at buildings. People were finding the exact building in a city in Wildlands and seeing it just plopped in the middle of the jungle in Breakpoint. Like, what is that?
How come I don't see no rage for you for Bethesda with them charging you for that damn monthly service?
Oh, that's bullshit.
Rage from me?
That's crazy.
Yeah, I've seen none from you. I was shocked.
Hold on. I was a Bethesda hater. I'm the original Bethesda hater. I'm the president.
You going over the top. Like, I expect you to go over the top. Because remember when they first launched Fallout 76, we all just destroyed it. But now they want $100 for their subscription service.
I was destroying Bethesda back when people were still like, "Oh, it's charm. Their bugs are just charm." Like I was going in on them then, like fuck that charm.
That's like saying gonorrhea is charm.
It's like, oh, you got herpes. Oh, that's cute. Like, no, it's not cute. It's damn disgusting. Like this is just like I've never been a fan of Bethesda, but like I'm going in on Ubisoft because I pretty much enjoy their games for the most part, but I don't like the direction that they went with Division 2. It's launched great. They had great ideas on how to improve it off the first game.
What happened?
But then they went cheap. They did 4 episodes. Oh, you ain't gotta pay for the episodes, but your episodes are like 2 or 3 story missions and some new weapons. That's it. Like that's not worth. Like, of course it's free because it ain't worth anything. Where is
they're trying to be family friendly? They're trying to be like everybody else, and all these other devs, and give away shit for free. And they don't want to be that dev that was still charging people for a season pass. Whatever was working, they should have kept it.
But this is why they kept it a secret of what you were getting up until E3, last E3. And when they showed everything, that audience was dead when they showed those episodes. People were just like, that's what? Like that's it? And the only one that was interesting was the 4th episode where you go back where they're saying you're gonna be able to go back to New York and finally kill the only interesting villain the series has ever had. I'm just like, well, I mean, damn, where is Survival? Where is Last Stand? Where's the Underground? Like these were modes that you created that people were able to say the Division is unique from other loot shooters because of these kind of modes. Instead, you decided let's be like Destiny and do a raid. You're not Destiny.
How'd that work for them?
Yeah, exactly. Be who you are.
Yep.
Be who you are. They made a raid that was only playable on PC.
Oh my God.
1/3 of your player base was able to play it.
That doesn't make any sense. Just asinine.
It's just like these kind of decisions. Just, I mean, here's the one thing I would say about Ubisoft though. It's encouraging to see them make this 180 and go in a different direction because they listen and they realize, even though they're like, oh wow, we dropped this game, it was a massive dud. They're not like Activision or EA that will blame the developer, shut down the studio, lay off like hundreds of people, and then go on and keep doing making the same mistakes over and over again. They're actually deciding to make changes, which I will commend them for. I just kind of wish they would have made these changes 2 years ago and we could have avoided looking at these ugly games.
Well said, Slow-Mo. Well said, man. Hey, I do want to move on from the Ubisoft topic to get to
how we got there.
Yeah, because they're a hot mess.
Natural progression.
Yeah, exactly. Natural progression. We got some leaked holiday bundles, guys. I don't know if you guys saw this. I think the PlayStation 4 holiday bundle with 3 games: God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, and I forget the third game. For $199, that to me is a steal. They're also going to have Sony's also releasing a holiday bundle for PlayStation VR for $199, and Xbox is doing the Xbox One S with a copy of the new Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. So, what do you guys think? I mean, what do you guys think in terms of these bundles? Who do you think has the best bundle in terms of value?
Oh, the PlayStation.
Oh, that's there's no competition there. Sony's got that.
Yeah, that's like what 3 games,
3 bangers that came in the year. Yeah,
for $200. That's a pretty good value. The Xbox One isn't bad. I mean, it's a One S, which is
a new game. Yeah, and plus you get a new release, so that's not.
Yeah, I mean the One S is like literally the worst performing console on the market, but like I mean could you put this on the X or something? But
dude, the X barely gets advertised. I'm sorry, I see less. I don't know if y'all see advertisements. I don't know if anybody in the chat sees advertisements for Xbox One X, but I see less and less and less to the point where it's non-existent. It's like it's been erased.
I only see them advertising the games they have marketing for in Game Pass. That's it.
That's all I see. I don't see all they market. One X. I see S, but not X, which is very weird.
Let me ask you guys something. Is anyone? I think B, you have PlayStation VR, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think Forte has it too.
Sure do.
Yeah. So for those of us who don't have PlayStation VR, any interest in picking up PSVR for $199?
You know, I am somewhat interested, but I'm just not really all that interested in VR overall, but like that's a pretty good deal. I'll think about it. I'll see what happens. You know, it's it's either going to be I'm getting this, but I actually kind of want to get a new gaming monitor for my PC. I talked to you about this before, Enrique. There are a couple of monitors I'm looking for. So around Black Friday, if they hit like a sale, it's a wrap. I'm getting it.
I think at this point, honestly, truth being told, VR, wait on it. I would wait to see because especially for you guys, because you guys are getting. I know you guys are getting the PS5. I would wait to see what they're going to offer around bundles around the time that comes out, and see if they're going to have a more another improved version of the VR with that system.
Isn't that one supposed to be wireless?
They're making a new VR. They're making a second.
They're making a new VR.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that. Yeah, I'll just pass.
Watch RGT. We broke all this shit.
I'll just pass. I'll just wait until see what the new one. Because one of my criticisms with it is, and with all VR, is just too many cables and not like. If it's wireless, then I'm somewhat interested in it. If it's wireless, I might give it a shot. So, like, I think isn't there an Oculus one now that's wireless too?
There's an Oculus, it's wireless, yeah.
So like when I heard about that, I kind of perked up. But you know,
you use it with your rig, Slow-mo.
Oh yeah, I know my PC could definitely handle it. It's I just like I have yet to see a single VR game that I want to play.
Yeah,
literally. So it's just
and Microsoft kind of missed the point with y'all remember HoloLens? HoloLens was just forgotten about.
They did that one demo.
Even my personal favorite, which I thought was interesting, Illuma Room. That was
interesting.
Illuma Room, that could have been fire.
That could have been Slow-mo. I'm kind of with you, man. Like I was thinking about it, but then I was like, well, you know, a PS5 comes out next year. Maybe I should just wait, you know, because I'll probably put out better, VR headset for the PlayStation 5. I don't think this version of VR is going to be compatible. I don't know. Is this version of their headset going to be compatible with PlayStation 5?
Yeah, they already said that.
They already said it would be.
Yeah, but then I wonder if the experience is going to be better with better hardware. I mean, I would assume it would be, right?
Yeah, every game. What Sony pretty much low key told you, they're going to have enhanced titles. So PS4 titles will be enhanced on PS5. That's your bitch going to get. You're going to get enhanced styles like Xbox One X with Xbox One games. You'll get that with PS5 and PS4 games.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to lie. That $199 it's very tempting. Because there are some PlayStation VR
I would say
titles.
this. If you get it now for $199.
More
hold on, Big Clay. Let me finish.
I was gonna say, if you get it for $199 now, you got to think that the next headset isn't coming out for at least 2 years after PS5 comes out. So you have it for 3 years for $199. It's going to come with 5 or 6 games, I think. You know what I mean?
Wait.
You get your feel for it. I'm sure it's something the kids are like, or you know what I mean, when you have company over, you know what I mean, it's just something to check out. It's better than paying $400 for it. You know what I mean? Like when the shit came out. So I mean, $199 with all those games, that's a pretty sweet deal.
Yeah. Where are the games again? I forgot the games already.
God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, and what was the other one? There's another one.
Hold on, let me look it up real quick.
Oh, Slow-mo and Nautical.
Yo.
Check your DMs on Twitter.
Okay.
Remember I told you guys about the balancing?
Yeah.
There it is right there in full effect. Full effect.
The Last of Us.
Right to the T.
The Last of Us B. So it's The Last of Us, God of War, and Horizon Zero Dawn for $199.
Yeah, and then the VR comes with Resident Evil.
It's the
7.
1 terabyte PlayStation 4.
Yeah, and the VR comes with Resident Evil 7, Astrobot. Comes with Everybody's Golf, Skyrim, and the PlayStation World. So you get the demo.
So it's a bundle like, that's worth it for that type of bundle.
Yeah, that bundle is.
Yeah,
but
it doesn't come with. It doesn't come with the camera or the wand, does it?
No, that's just the headset.
Camera.
It has to go.
You got to come with the camera.
Wait, it's not a complete package. It doesn't come with everything.
No, it could come without the wands, but it has to come with the camera.
Yeah, but I was told you should get the wands.
Yeah,
you should get the wands. The wands are $100 entry point though, unless you find them used for $30 each.
Man, go to your local thrift store. I'm sure they're gonna have those wands because
They
literally
might.
that's where I
You see
found mine.
that slow-mo? Not a
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, I saw it.
I told you that's what you're gonna be doing, going up hills. By the way,
And I'm good. I'm good on
so
that.
just giving you fair warning. I told you. You ready for me?
I'm good on that.
Yeah, all right. I'm gonna have to look into this PlayStation VR thing then, because like I said, I'm interested in those 5 games. I mean, like I don't know if I play Resident Evil 7 in VR though. I don't know about that.
Oh man, so you gotta break away from that fear.
I nope. I'm okay, man. I'm good, Forte.
Not even a scary game. It's more of a jump scare thing.
Yeah.
Now in VR, it's pretty messed up. I will give you that.
Beat Saber is a game to play. I think.
Beat Saber is amazing, along with
Oh my
Tetris
God,
Effect.
the game
Baby.
is-
Tetris Effect.
Yeah, Tetris Effects is good too. I got that
Love
on sale
Tetris
not too
Effects
long ago.
much.
Yeah.
That oh no, that was a tech demo, right? Where you're in the shark cage.
Yeah, that's a tech demo.
I did.
Yeah.
that.
Moss is another really good VR game.
Yeah,
If you
Moss.
haven't-
Yeah, I heard
Moss.
Moss. Those are former Bungie
Moss
guys
is really
too,
good.
right? That did
Yeah.
Moss. Yeah, I heard Moss was really good.
One of my favorite implementations of VR is Ace Combat 7 because that mode that they have VR in is freaking incredible. If you
That's
want
in the cockpit.
if you
Yeah.
want to feel like Top Gun, whew,
Oh man,
it's real. It's real in that thing.
yeah, and they got Zone of the Enders. They got a VR edition of Zone of the Enders too.
Yeah, they got a VR. So yeah, VR is definitely worth having. It's just that for me, I mean, that bundle is very very enticing. But for me, it's like we're so close to the end of the generation. If you don't buy, because it's not like that bundle is going to be any more next year. It's probably going to be even better with better games next year. I just want to see what they're going to offer around the PS5 when it comes to that bundle. But if you are a person that has a PS4 Pro now, I wouldn't suggest getting this if you only have a regular base PS4, because the PS4 Pro does improve the it does improve the performance drastically on the PS4 Pro.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I got the
if
Pro.
if you got a basic system, I would wait till next year when you get the PS5, unless you just had the disposable income just to put that $100 down and say I'm going to use this for PS5 next year. But if you got a PS4 Pro, I would you would not go wrong with buying this bundle.
That's true.
Yeah, I might have to pull the trigger on this then.
Your motion sickness is still a thing though, so just be careful.
Yeah, definitely try out VR before you buy it, because it's nothing worse than buying something that you can't play.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I tried it out. I did demo it when it first came out, when they were going around like Best Buys doing live demos.
So you actually was able to sit in there and actually do it with no problems?
Yeah, I was fine. I
Oh
sat
yeah, you're
down.
good then.
Yeah, the
You're
only thing I
good
didn't
then.
like is like my eyes were like sweating.
Oh Lord, you was in there giving somebody Ebola through the glasses.
Oh
next time you
man,
put
I was.
them on?
Hey, let me tell you, I was the first person in there. I was like, yes, thank you. I'm the first one to use it.
You love how your Sony rep goes in there. They take the little blue cloth and they wipe it down. It's like
Yep.
make sure it's completely clean before we put it on somebody else's head.
Yeah, the guy there was a bucket next to the chair, and I'm like, is that for throwing up? He's like, oh no, that's for trash. I'm like, come on, man.
No man,
That's not for
trash that comes out of
trash.
one of your receptacles on your body.
It's gonna be awkward some of these PlayStation events though, because half the cast is just not there anymore. Sean's not there.
Yeah,
Adam's
Gio's
not
gone.
there.
Look, man, I look at that as a new beginning for Sony, man. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot
Yeah,
of this,
they-
I
that's-
think a
I
that's-
lot.
want to see how Jim Ryan handles it, you know, Forte. I really want to see what he's gonna bring to the table.
Look, man, as long as he don't put his mouth in his words in his, like he did last time, talking about
Oh,
trying
Yeah.
to protect our player base. That's why we don't want it.
Yeah.
Backwards
Hey,
compatibility,
long as he don't
I
say
think
no
that's
crap
cheap.
like that,
You
it'd
want to
be
buy a
good.
game for backwards compatibility?
Oh, man.
yeah. Hey, B, what were you gonna say
I'm willing
about
to get that man a curve.
B? What were you gonna say about the Sony starting over again?
Yeah, I mean, it's to be expected, man. Anytime you put a new CEO or a big boss in charge, I mean, they're gonna get rid of all the old cats and bring in and they own crew. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, they're gonna bring their
all
people
the
in.
people that
I
few
just
people
think
that left, like, it's no big deal, and I think they'll just retool, and we got to see if whatever team he puts together is good enough to kind of continue the charge that they've they've had over the past 6 or 7 years.
Look, man, this next generation is Sony's to lose. They already sold PS5s when God of War, Spider-Man, the announcement of Last of Us. They sold PS5s already. They can only sabotage themselves at this point. Honestly, there's nothing Microsoft can really do to even affect what Sony's going to be doing long term. The only thing they can do is just hope that Sony makes a mistake and people just want to exodus the platform, which I don't see happening, because the difference between this generation and last generation is digital was not a huge focus. It was a thing, but people have a lot of ownership in the games that they own on these platforms now. And, you know, you kind of lost the chance to get a lot of that buy-in on day one with the announcement that happened back in 2013, and people don't want to say that 2013, can we forget about that? But honestly, that literally shaped what the console race for the next, how foreseeable future is going to be, because they pushed people to a platform, and now digital is going to keep them on that platform unless something drastically happens.
Yeah, and I just think what the work that Jim Ryan did when he was over the European market, you know what I mean, if he can continue that on a larger scale, I think Sony's going to be fine. I think, you know what I mean, just some of the changes they've made like in the last 6 months, they're definitely headed in the same direction that Microsoft was heading as far as the services thing. So if they adopt that and their fan base adopts it, they're going to be perfectly fine.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with you, B. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. To your point, Forte, I mean, they're kind of in the driver's seat. It's theirs to lose for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, Forte, how you feel about Holly Bennett being at CD Projekt Red?
CD Projekt Red.
You remember Holly Bennett, right? The redhead who used to be doing PlayStation Access. Did you always see up PlayStation events? Yeah.
Ultimately, at this point, one person isn't going to really make that big a difference for what's
She's
going
like
on.
head of something, though, ain't she?
Yeah, she's the head. I mean, but ultimately, Sony is still Sony. You know, just like I don't think people are looking at Sean Layton leaving and what that's going to mean for the platform.
Yeah,
but those games are already in the buffer. Those games are going to release. Whatever, if Sean was there or not there, nothing's going to change when it comes to those games. Now, and the same thing with Last of Us. Last of Us is pretty much a done deal. That game, I mean, they can't change too much over the next course of a year. Yeah. So even Jim Ryan is not going to get any type of, credit for that game. So anybody they bring in now, you're not going to see how it affects the platform for 5-6 years.
It's like Gio Corsi.
Like what's the game?
Gio just left.
We just got confirmed that what's his name is being made. Horizon
Zero Dawn 2.
That's when you're going. Now that game, Jim Ryan is going to be held accountable for, because that game is still actively in pre-production and under development. We don't know what that game. They're still hiring for that game, so that's when you're going to see the benefits of what a Jim Ryan and the benefits of all these people that they're bringing into these leadership roles in these different studio heads or whatever they're doing.
Well, I mean, so you wouldn't give Ryan credit for Last of Us 2, but you give him credit for Horizon Zero Dawn 2?
Well, because that game isn't even been we don't know. Okay, it depends on how long that game has been in a hopper. If that game
it's been in development for a minute. I'm like, I remember hearing about it from because one of the voice actors accidentally leaked it like over a year ago.
Oh well, if that game's been in development for over a year, almost 2 years, then no, that was
it's like 2 years in.
That game would still fall under John Layton did. But I guarantee you the next God of War will probably fall under Jim Ryan.
Yeah, ain't nobody worried about God of War.
I mean, no.
God of War ain't coming out until the end of next gen.
Right.
Again, right there is going to be good. That's from what we see.
Maybe the next Spider-Man game that
ain't nobody worried about that either.
Well, that's the thing. That goes back to the whole thing. Sony has already decided that Sony has already sold these games based on the success of the other ones. So no matter what, is any of these is what kind of credit is he really going to take, or anybody going to take, when these games were already built up to be what they are? You know, from the beginning.
The only credit he's going to take is if the games have shortcomings.
Right. That's what I agree with that.
You know what I mean? If they're not giving them proper budgets or they're trying to rush them into development to get games done at a
That's
certain
where
time,
it will struggle.
Right. That
that's the only time you don't see that.
Yeah, that is the I think would be the issue with actually both platforms, and it's something I'm hoping doesn't happen. But if it does happen, that's where you're gonna see these shortcomings happen with these developers. From what I heard, like Undead Labs only did State of Decay 2 in like 2.5 years. Like that's not. First of all, the budget was nowhere near AAA all the way. And you don't even give them enough time. Like, of course, the game turns out a buggy mess and looking the way it looked. Like now, they want to make State of Decay 3 a AAA game, and you want to really fully realize the vision you had for the previous game. You need to double that budget and don't give them, hey, you need to have it out by 2022. It comes out when it's ready. Let the game release when it's ready to go. That needs to be the same thing for every Xbox game studio, every Sony first party studio. The game comes out when it's ready, period.
Right.
If you gotta delay it, fine. The more you, I'm not gonna say the more you delay a game, the better it is, but it's guaranteed to be a better game than it would have been if it would have came out too soon. So,
Yeah.
That was a great point, Slomo. Well, gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and wrap up the podcast. We'll give a big shout out to BitCloud, Ryan, for joining us tonight, man. Thanks again for coming on, bro. We didn't have technical difficulty we had last time you were on.
Yeah.
No, but man, it was awesome having you on, man. I appreciate you hanging out with us and just shooting the shit with us and talking video games. But please, Ryan, let everyone know, let the good people of the BRAP live chat know where they can find you.
Well, I appreciate the invite. It was always a pleasure. It was a good time. Shout out to you and everybody on the panel. And shout out to everybody in the chat. You guys can find me at on YouTube at Big Cloud Gaming, as well as Twitter, the exact same name. And yeah, I play y'all games. And that's chill.
Awesome, man. Well, we're gonna have to get you back on. You know what? We should get you back on for maybe after XO19 so we can talk about this.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah,
Slomo already knows. Slomo knows this make or break for them for me. So even though it's already been that way, but if that shit is bad, they'll see a live stream for me. I'm just gonna talk.
Oh man, well we might have to have you back on.
Stop faking. You gonna do a live stream?
I know. I'm probably just gonna live stream the whole thing. The whole event. Just watch it with everybody. I don't know to see what the fuss is about. But
well, I mean, it's only going to be on a Saturday. I wonder. Yeah, I don't. Scumcast might be live streaming it depending on what time it comes on. So.
Yeah, I'll probably do it after. Yeah, probably like after. Luca, she just can't really get that.
Oh, you know what? No, because it's in London, so it's probably going to be
late.
No, it's going to be early for us because they're ahead in time. So it'll probably be like Saturday morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Saturday morning cartoons, baby.
Oh Lord.
I
I
hope it's not too early Saturday.
It's gonna be like
it's
gonna be real early.
I don't know what the time is.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, all right, man. We'll Big Cloud, man. Like I said, man, maybe we'll have you back on again after the so we can discuss XO19, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Interested to get your thoughts, man.
Absolutely, man. Thanks again, though. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. To the rest of the panel, Slow-Mo, B Money, Gaming Forte. Big shout out to Eric Jackson could join us tonight. We will see you guys next Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And big shout out to everyone in the live chat, by the way, guys. Really appreciate you guys coming out, hanging out with us tonight. Remember, hit that like button if you haven't done so. And hey, everyone, enjoy the rest of the week. We've got a lot of games coming out. We've got Death Stranding tomorrow. If you're a PC owner, you can play Jedi Fallen Order on EA Origins.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Forte dropped that nice little nugget of information for us. You played a week early before release, so definitely check that out.
Signing up tonight.
And Buck Rogers.
How much is it again? $10?
15.
15. Yeah,
it's
15.
worth it if you just want to play. It's better than buying Star Wars for $60.
Like if you know you're going to beat the game,
and it's a single player game.
Yeah, but before the end of the month, then yeah,
it's worth it.
Yeah.
And yes, Buck Rogers, Brap.
Game.
Yep, and we did take over Crossfire last week. Shout out to everybody that was on that show. That was an amazing show. So
Yeah, that was a great show. We did kind of take over Crossfire a little bit last week, but that was a really good show though. Definitely enjoyed it.
Brett
So,
Fire.
yeah. So, all right, everyone, we'll catch you guys next Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we are out. Everyone, have a great rest of the week. Don't go to Popeyes Chicken because people are getting killed there. It's not a good place to go to.
Don't go to
Chicken raw
Popeye's Chicken if you don't want to stand in line for 40 minutes.
And the sandwich
That
is
too.
overrated. It's an overrated sandwich. It
Ah,
ain't, it
shut
ain't
up,
worth.
bro.
I
It's
don't
not
know about
overrated,
that,
bro.
Slow-mo.
Sandwich
Wait,
is
wait,
not
It
overrated.
ain't worth your
Slow-mo.
life.
Can we
It's
not
not
forget
worth
the
your
fact
life.
Well, it ain't worth your life, but the sandwich ain't overrated.
Let's not miss the fact that you remember that lady who brought a raw chicken to the damn place.
You
No.
got it for me?
What?
Y'all remember that she brought a
What are you
raw
talking
chicken,
about,
a
man?
full-fledged chicken to the damn place. She's like, "Oh, y'all out of chicken for the sandwich? Here's a chicken."
No.
It was on Twitter.
Hey,
You
let me
gotta
ask
see
y'all. I guess
Jesus.
I do want to ask you guys a question. Do you guys think of this whole Popeye's Chicken thing, this whole crazy thing that's going on? Do you think you blame the fact that it's the chicken sandwich doing this to people, or are you like me where you feel like these people that are doing these stupid things would have done this no matter what avenue they're in because they're just mentally disturbed people?
I think it's the crack they sprinkling in this chicken when they cook it.
I
That's making
it
people
has something
crazy.
to do with the fact that
That's all
people know
Wilson
that
was
it's
doing.
limited.
Like a low tier god, he had me crying. He's like, "This is like the most blandest shit I ever tasted." I'm like, "God damn!" Stuff.
Hold on, B. I didn't hear what you said, man. You said it because of what?
People know that it's limited. So
Oh,
anytime
yeah.
you know something is limited, and you know what I mean, especially in the social media culture that we live in today, you know what I mean, everybody's got to take a picture of what they're eating. They got to have a video about it. You know what I mean? Like I watched this video yesterday where like people are going into the drive-through, and this lady was literally destroying her car trying to get
Oh,
to the
yeah.
drive-through.
I
Make the
watched
order.
all
I'm
that,
like, what
yeah.
in the world is wrong with you?
The whole right side of the car.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
Damn.
I mean,
Over over a $5 chicken sandwich.
I mean, it's a good sandwich, but it's not even. It's good, but it's not great. Like it's not worth destroying your car over and
Thank
standing
you.
in line for an
Thank
hour.
you. It's not great. It's not worth this. Like
No, it's
there's a
not.
dude that lives like 20 minutes away from where I am right now got stabbed to death over a chicken. Like I just think about that for a second. You died over a $5 chicken sandwich.
No, he didn't die over a chicken sandwich. So somebody killed him because they got mad because they couldn't get one.
It's still the root of this is about a chicken sandwich.
But that person would have did some
You
stupid.
went out-
It could have been the dude was probably mad that they were out of Ciroc at the corner store. He probably still would have snapped on somebody just because of that. It ain't got nothing to do with the people are weird. It has nothing to do with the damn chicken sandwich. The chicken sandwich ain't hurting no damn body.
Forte out here defending a chicken sandwich.
I'm
like
out
it
here
got some
defending. I'm out
feeling
here defending
or
right
something.
and wrong. People out here doing stupid, idiotic
we
stuff
offended the
because they
chicken
can't get a
sandwich.
goddamn chicken sandwich.
Y'all are crazy.
Maybe next week we can have this Popeyes debate on Brad.
XO19 is
How
actually
many
3
flavors
days.
y'all had though? Y'all only had 1, 2. How many did you buy when it was in stock?
I only had
bought-
one.
They only
Yeah,
let us buy
one.
2.
Oh, actually, no, I had two. Like I had the regular one and I had the spicy one.
I heard the
And
spicy
so-
one's legit.
Spicy one's better.
One there,
but the
There
spicy
is no
one
difference in
is-
those chicken sandwiches either. The spicy one, only reason the spicy is because the sauce they use, either male or or spicy male. That's the
It's-
difference in the chicken sandwich.
It's okay, but I still like Chick-fil-A's chicken sandwich better.
Jesus, you're a
No
homer.
way. I
Nah,
disagree.
man, get that out of here.
Yeah. On that note, guys, we are out. We'll talk more about Popeyes next week. We're out. Peace.
Hey, can we talk about how